in Ethiopia, men and women were not allowed to eat together, and not only during dining time, it was also when they go to the church and when there is a big festival, they separate men and women. And this is one of the practice from the Judaism that in the Old Testament to minimize temptation. It's better in the old kings prefer to stay separately, men and women, so they can decrease temptation of if the jealousy or someone's wife might be jealous of someone's husband. So to separate that thing, to minimize, they had separate dining rooms. This was dining room for men, and the other room was dining room for women. And they were using a common size fireplace.
But it was not restricted like the monastery like that. Women had the right to come over here, men had the right to go over there. But it shows that they had their own banquet hall, and also this is also the Jewish tradition. They separated two dining hall. As Frem has mentioned, this is also a chimney or firing place to his palace, and it was used for both sides. And you can see even from this point the thickness of the wall, which is more than 1 meter and 60 centimeters. You see? This is the reason why this castle existed about 400 years. So you can find in this corner chimney. This is what it makes us different with the European palace. One is this is more a residential palace. It was not for defense, because if it was defense, it would have been surrounded by moats. But this one has 4 main entrances in the ground, which was used as the King Fasil's residential palace. And you can find chimney in this corner. The reason why you can find chimney, by nature, as I have told you, limestone has a very slow reaction. Once it has well cold, it keeps for a long period of time. And it's very cold as rainy season. So when they make a fire, the water absorbs heat, then bristle. This is the way how they used to control the temperature. And also, the palace also had different kind of decoration. It had gold leaf, some kind of precious stone, painting, also different kind of design. But most of these treasures were looted by the local people after the fall of the Gondarian period, and also in 1855, in 1860s by the British, and also in 1880s by the Sudanese, and also on the later one also by the Italians. And it had beautiful things. So we will walk to see the women banquet hall.
Evening, this was a place for the king in the palace where they have touch as the sundowner. I mean, touch. It was very beautiful. This was the place for the evening. When the sun goes down, this was the place for the pitch. And we are not allowed to go on top because of the carrying capacity, but the most top one was the king's bedroom. With a very nice watchtower where the king can see until Lake Tana, 60 kilometers, and very nice view of the mountains.
Yes.
And these conical dome towers, there are 4 conical dome towers, and the ground, this part is for the guards with a gun, and the top one was praying room of the king. So if you see that there are 3 windows on top, and if you stand here, you can see 3 churches, even in the floor. So when he opens the window, he can have eye contact. When he wants to pray, he can open the door and he'll have eye contact with the churches. So you can see these windows. One in front of you. That window is same technology.
Same technology.
And also we have Jesus Church. And also we have Saint Mary here. So yeah.
Churches.
So when you want to pray, you have.
So what did the gods use back then?
Huh?
The gods used back then for the prayers.
Can't. And the Portuguese brought them, so.
Portuguese brought the guns.
They're going to be the
Of
ones
course.
that bring them, So.
They're gonna be the ones. That's the only way they get power, is by a gun.
So shall we go to the other palaces? We have 6 more castles to see, so. Where you have time to guess?
It's an aqueduct.
The stairs down there, the prison.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's somewhere in the
Close.
Close? Baptism pool? Or?
This was a water system where they used to collect all the water from the roof through this drainage system. You can see that here. And it has
Like went back there.
a tunnel underneath. And it had also a voltage-cap roof where they protect it from the dust. When it is dirty also to clean it, they have these steps to go down.
So this was their water source. This is where they kept the water here.
Yes.
እዛን ለመቆየት ይፈልጋሉ። ስለዚህ
በዚህ እንወጣለን። Yeah, we go this way. Maybe you might find in some of the British museums. And our writers, in the old time, they don't paint all these things, castles or something. They prefer to write about the kings.
Not make a picture.
So the books is where we get all the description and everything.
Yes.
But if they were, it was probably stolen. It's probably the Europeans.
Yes.
Actually, before the British aircraft bombardment, there is a picture which was taken by the Italy.
Of the king.
No. About the structure of the castle.
Oh, so how it looked in that time.
Yeah.
And they have it.
Yeah, they have it.
And you're trying to get these things back.
Yeah, but it's not easy.
Why?
Because they're Italian.
So I think this. Shall we go to the
Because
shed
they're
and
thieves
talk?
and crooks. Grave robbers.
They don't want to give it back.
They're going to go there?
Yeah, he died natural days when he was 72 years old. And as usual, it is the oldest son who came to power, and it was Johannes who built that small yellowish palace, which is totally restored by Italians when they were here. And Johannes was a very different king when we compare him with Fasil and the others before, because he was very generous and nice king. Because of that, the people gave him the name Saint Johannes or Johannes the Righteous. Not only by that, there are hundreds of legends about him that the people gave him this name, and one of that is during Fasil's time, the people suffered paying lots of tax, while Johannes, he said he doesn't want tax from the poor people. And we have one legend, maybe. There's more places to go to take pictures. I like the pictures.
He likes something.
He's our chairperson.
Yeah.
What is it, Ethiopian slave or?
No, the kings love the king. The people love the king. And how they built it according to the legend is there are 500 people who are volunteer to work for the king. One day, so one day 500 people work, another 500 sit and job on the others. Next day, another 500 work. And always there is a feast, like so they kill cows and they have nice food and drinks and other work and the next day. According to the legend. So, so now I'm going to tell you one legend about Saint Johannes.
Yes.
And nice legend. Because during Johannes' time there was a big fence, as we mentioned it earlier, about 1 kilometer fence. And this fence has 12 gates, and all these gates have their own names. There's a gate for the judge, there's a gate for the queen attendants, there's a gate for the queens. Every gate has its own name. And during Johannes' time there was one gate which was for everyone who has complained. So, and it has a bell outside.
Which gate is that?
Huh?
Which gate is that?
I need to hear it.
He said there's a gate where.
One of the gates were for people who come to see the king. They can ring the bell, and he was a very nice king. And because Ethiopians will not give easily a name sent for anyone, so he has done lots of things. So he went out to the gates, opened the gates, listened to complaints, and he solved all the problems. So one day it was heavy rain, and it was raining. The bell rang. So Johannes, as usual, he went and opened the door, and there was no one. So later on, he saw that the guard was chasing a donkey, and Johannes asked who rang the bell, and the guard said, sorry, it was a donkey. And he said, no, bring the donkey in. So it was a heavily loaded donkey. So he was really angry, and he brought the donkey near to his palace, and he asked the guards to unload the donkey. And then when they unload the donkey, it was a soreback donkey. So he was really angry, and he asked the guards to bring the owner of the donkey, and he was having touch in one of the houses behind the castle. And Johannes was very angry, and he called him, and the first punishment when he arrived was even to speak about everything. First he has to carry all the loads, and he has to stand on the rail. And the donkey was given lots of grasses. And the next punishment was he has to heal, or he has to treat the donkey's back, and he has to bring the donkey back to the castle. Later on, he proclaimed that all the farmers who come from the countryside, they are not allowed to load soreback animals. And when they come from the countryside, if they want to eat or drink, when they come to the town, they have to unload their donkey, give shelter, then they can go and eat and drink. And he made a rule: when these people hold their chickens in Ethiopia, they hang them upside down. And he said, no, you have to carry all the chickens if you want on the right way. So that means this king, Johannes, Saint Johannes, proclaimed animal right 200 years earlier than anybody else.
You think this king, I mean, you're talking like he was really accessible by the general public. Weren't there security issues? I mean, somebody could ring the bell and try and harm him, right?
Actually,
he was a very nice king, because even he had his own land, plot of land that he can go and plow. So, and he was making this selling, or
like baskets, and even selling for the people. So he was a very unique king. And finally, after he ruled 15 years, he said, I don't deserve a crown. He said, I need monk's hat. To be a monk.
And he went to one of the monasteries in Lektan.
That's why he was, the people, they call him righteous Johannes rather than King Johannes. And they call it even his palace Temple of Love, or Love Castle, because he never collected tax from the poor people. He declared animal rights, and also he segregated land among the three main religions, Muslim, Christian, and Falasha, to run their own religion peacefully. That's why there is a village called Falasha village, about 6 kilometers away from Gondar, and also for the Muslim, like 6 kilometers also in the other side. That's why they call him righteous Johannes than King Johannes. But when he died, after he ruled 15 years, his son